Soared away together with our wings spread. Just a schmuck who got really struck. Oh, what luck! Hey, motherfuck! To the head! Hello, Wastelanders! This is DJ Pony reporting to you live from this fine piece of pre-war broadcasting ass that I call home. And I do call it home, because while I disagree with many of the policies of my landlords here in 10 Pony Tower, this microphone helps me deliver the truth to more of you ponies than these rusty pipes could yell. You see, children, I know what it's like out there in the wastes. I've seen more than my fair share of the horrors that many of you face every day. This harsh life of ruin and radiation is a sad descent from the Equestria of days past. But it is the world we have, a world where we must make decisions of life or death on a daily basis, decisions that may not conform to the luxury of morality, and force us to confront at our very core what it means to do the right thing. It is for this very reason that I am beginning a new segment called Confessions of a Wasteland Pony. Here I will be talking with you, the average citizen of post-apocalyptia, so that we can hear your stories, celebrate your triumphs, learn from your mistakes, and above all, find out just how similar we really are. With me today is Battered Blade, an ex-raider. She's here to bring new insight into the world of one of the Wasteland's most prevalent parasites. Battered, thank you for being here.
It's no big deal.
Now, Battered, you have quite a unique story compared to the average Wasteland pony. Tell us about where you grew up.
Alright. I was born in what was once Ponyville. My mother was part of this gang of raiders called the Smile Squad.
The Smile Squad?
Yeah, thank Luna, they don't exist anymore. But before I was born, they controlled pretty much the whole area around Ponyville. They took on the name after being inspired by that billboard outside of town. Besides the normal raider shit of stealing, raping, and killing, the Smile Squad wanted to set themselves apart by cutting smiles into the cheeks of the victims. It was the signature, and also a way to mark their territory with the disfigured bodies of the dead. Bastards.
So your family had already been in the gang for a while by that point.
Oh yeah. If my mother ever did have a life before the gang, she sure didn't bother to tell me about it. She was probably just like me, born to some filly taking her first steps into adulthood, which probably makes me a thoroughbred or some shit.
You've mentioned your mother, but did you ever know your father?
No, I didn't. The sitting leader of the gang usually gets free rein on the mayors too stupid or strung out on menthols to care. So, odds are it was whatever piece of work was wearing the crown at the time.
And you have no memory of him?
Luckily, the position had a very quick turnover rate. Just like so many of the other raided clans, they had the flawless system of kill the boss, become the boss. There must have been at least 3 of them before I got my cutie mark.
That's another thing that I think a lot of listeners would like to know more about. Do you mind describing your cutie mark?
It's fine. I thought you'd ask. For those of you out there that can't see this scarred and tattered flank, it's a picture of a jagged metal bar struck through a pony's leg. As horrifying as it may sound, it's pretty tame compared to some of the other raider marks out there. They say that cutie marks are supposed to signify the destiny of that pony, like a snapshot representing some essential part of that pony's life. When you've met the kind of monsters I have, you quickly discover just how deranged those destinies can be. When you're born to raiders, live as a raider, and die as a raider, that's the kind of mark you get. I don't blame others for running when they see my mark. It'd be straight up stupid to sit them down and get the full story behind it before making a judgment. No offense.
None taken. I am not a smart pony. But of course, you can't just judge a pony by their backside. If you were really bad news, my assistant Homage would be reading my obituary on the air tomorrow.
He's sweet,
Why, thank...
but not as sweet as that adorable mare. Mm-mm.
Okay, I should have expected that. She's the personable one and I'm the recluse. But, back to your cutie mark. When, and more importantly, how did you end up with such a graphic image to represent your destiny?
Well, as I said, the leader of the Smile Squad was basically the toughest nag in the group at the time. They were quite showy about it too. Remember when I said that they wore a crown before? That wasn't a figure of speech. The motherfucker wore a crown. It looked like it started out as a buffalo skull or something. Then, somewhere along the line, a fallen leader happened to be a unicorn, and the new one, a particularly racist earth pony. So, he decided to saw the horn off of the body and nailed it to the top of the helmet.
Yikes. I feel like a lot of these raiders could have been designers or fashionistas in a different world.
No kidding. That tradition continued on, too. If the dead leader were an earth pony, his or her tail would be attached to the helmet instead. When I was a filly, there must have been pods from over 24 ponies, and one buffalo on that crown. A fitting symbol for everything they stood for and celebrated, I guess. Being the most physically threatened pony in the group, and wearing this unimaginably scary helmet of death, the leader of the Smile Squad basically got anything they wanted. That included lots and lots of chems. Most of the raiders are junkies, so half of the fight for power is for control of the drug supply.
Might as well round out all the vices.
You don't know half of it. One of the leaders, when I was young, killed his predecessor. Decided to celebrate by opening up the main stash, and OD'd that same night.
And this has to do with your cutie mark? Because...
Oh, yeah, sorry. That's the other thing about chems. They tend to melt your brain, even once you've gone clean. You never really get that edge back.
How long have you been clean?
Wow, let's see. Coming close to 20 years now.
That is a real accomplishment. Drug addiction is not an easy thing to shake. It must not have been easy.
It's an everyday battle. The thirst is always there. Especially when your first taste of it was on your mother's tit. I don't think anyone grows up normally anymore. But...
Guys?